Good evening and thank you for joining us for the latest in our series of video updates. The furlough scheme has been a lifeline to many of the businesses within the travel industry, and the Chancellor on Friday explained what the next few months would look like in terms of that scheme and how it will adapt and allow people to come back to work part-time. So this evening we welcome back Martin from Mayo Wynne Baxter to explain what this means and how it can be interpreted for you and your business. Over to you, Martin.
Hello, my name is Martin Williams and I'm a partner at Mayo Wynne Baxter, specialising in employment law. The reason for speaking to you at this moment is to talk about the continuing implementation of the furlough scheme introduced by the government as a result of the current pandemic. On the 29th of May, the Chancellor made good on his promise to announce details by the end of May of how he would change the coronavirus job retention scheme for the period from August to October. Although in some respects he did, he also did not, as some of the details will not be revealed until at least the 12th of June. I will address each of the developments in turn. First, there's flexible furloughing. This concept is being introduced on the 1st of July, a month earlier than we were previously led to believe. Not all the details are available, as we're not promised that furlough guidance until the 12th of June. An employer will be able to agree the hours and shift patterns with an employee in order to ease them back from the furlough. The idea is that an employee can work as much or as little as an employer needs them. If there is no need for work to be undertaken, then the employee remains fully on furlough. If work is undertaken, then the employer will cover that cost. The agreed working arrangements must be in place for a minimum of 1 week and must be evidenced in writing. The details of how the worked and furloughed hours should be reported have not yet been made available, but we hope they will be by the 12th of June. There's also going to be a closure to new entrants for the scheme. While stated to be from the 30th of June, it is effective from the 10th of June. Only those who have been furloughed for a full 3-week period prior to the 30th of June will be regarded as qualifying for the scheme. However, the wording refers to a period of 3 weeks prior to the 30th of June and not the period of 3 weeks before. Further, the 10th of June is stated to be the final date by which an employee can be furloughed for the first time. When it comes to making claims, from 1st of July, claims will no longer be able to be made for overlapping months. However, you will still be able to make claims in anticipation of what will happen for the remainder of a month, thus avoiding claims having to be submitted on the final day of the month. One of the key things is that the government contribution is going to reduce. From August, the funding will decrease slightly, but not by a tremendous amount. It will look very much the same in that the government will pay 80% of wages up to a cap of $2,500. But employers will have to pay employer national insurance contributions and pension contributions. Then in September, the government will pay only 70% of wages up to a cap of £2,187.50 for the hours an employee does not work. Employers will again pay the employer's national insurance contributions and pension contributions and that missing 10%. Then in October, there is a further reduction when the government will pay 60% of wages up to a cap of £1,875 for the hours an employee does not work. Employers will then pay the national insurance contributions as before, the pension contributions as before, and that missing 20%. The cap on the furlough grant in any particular circumstances will be proportional to the hours not worked by the employee at the relevant time. Now that's a quick summary of what we know so far, but if you need more information, then do get in touch. Thank you.